At BrightQuest Treatment Centers, we have 5 different levels of care. We have sub-acute residential housing, and this is typically for people who need a lot of care. It's staffed 24 hours. This might be somebody who's coming out of a hospital stay or off of an episode where they're just not ready to be without a lot of support and supervision, but they may not be severe enough to need a hospitalization. From there, we have a Stepdown, which is considered, it's still licensed and still staffed, but there's a lot more flexibility, a lot more room. At that time, clients are going outside of the house to get their services and their support, whereas in residential, all the services are in-house. From there, we have our SemiIndependent Living, which makes up the bulk of our program. And this is where clients live in residences in the neighborhood with one another. They are not staffed, although they're monitored pretty tightly. And this is where they have a lot of room to practice. At this point, people are starting to return to work or have a volunteer job, go back to school. They're learning how to negotiate the expected average day-to-day way of living when you have roommates, whether it's who's going to cook dinner tonight or who's going to take care of this maintenance need. From there, we have our what we call kind of our transitional level, which is folks who are really just about ready to launch out into their own living space, whether that's their own apartment or living with a roommate that's not connected to the program. So we give them another little level in which to practice where there is no staff supervision at that house at all, and they're really doing it themselves at that point, but help is really nearby if they need something or they feel like they start struggling a little bit. And then finally, we have extended services where people are living out in their own residence, sometimes independently, sometimes with roommates, and then they come into the offices for their therapy throughout the week, individual, family, and group.